So I forgot to record. So Oyinkan is a forward-thinking strategy and management professional who has continuously shown exemplary leadership, innovation, and creativity in her professional career. She's adept at business strategy and analysis, business process improvement and research, and loves to create strategies and implement solutions to facilitate business growth and increase sales. She currently works as a strategic planning and enterprise transformation officer in the financial services sector. She is a recipient of the Chartered Institute of Bankers Nigeria Next Generation Award, awarded to young exceptional bankers under 30. She's a member of the Nigeria Institute of Management Nigeria, Chartered Institute of Bankers Nigeria. She is currently pursuing her MBA degree in strategy and operations at the Brave School of Business and Management, Morgan.
You want this mirror or the old mirror? The old one. Okay, we should remove this one.
Please, let's mute our mics once we join so we don't get to distract others. She's a youth development advocate, passionate about creating opportunities in employment, skills development, leadership, and financial inclusion for young people. With her social enterprise, she has worked with several industries, individuals, and organizations, including venture capitalists, to train over 1,000 unemployed youths across Africa in 2018. She received an award of appreciation for her work in eradicating youth unemployment by Sean Unemployment Foundation. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, meeting new people, dancing, and mentoring undergraduates. Please, I'd like us to welcome Oyinkan using the chat box. Welcome, Oyinkan, and we are excited to have you today. We look forward to learning from you, and we look forward to getting answers to our questions related to LinkedIn optimization. Over to you, Oyinkan. Hi, Oyin, if you are trying to talk, I think you're on mute.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was muted. Thank you so much, Ore. Thank you so much for the introduction. Even though you were hyping and hyping and hyping, and I'm like, Ore, kiddo shele, take it easy now. you know. But it's definitely a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be with the book up community. I mean, Ore is my personal person. So when she told me, I definitely just said, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to make time for any time that you want me to be here. Um, yeah, Ori has introduced me, but she said the profile is that's all the glitz and glamour and everything. But just to start, I would say that like 4 years ago, 4 years ago in this month of February as well, I was somewhere. I was somewhere. I just started my I started a career in IT at the time, and I was sitting down. I was like, oh my God, where am I going to start next? What's going to happen next? And then somehow my boss mentioned to me, he said, are you on LinkedIn? And I said, oh, no, I don't even know what that is. Although I've been seeing some messages like that from my Yahoo and things like that. And he's like, oh yeah, you should check it out. And I just checked it out and I joined. And 4 years down the line, I've gotten like major international opportunities, speaking engagements, partnerships, work opportunities, referral opportunities. I've done like several just made a post. I made a post one time in 2020, and just from that post, about 120 something people got their resumes reviewed by pairing them with other industry professionals. And it's just to show you how the reach on LinkedIn is. It's magnanimous. How did they say it? It's huge. So before I start, I like to get a feel of the audience. I like to get a feel of the expectations. I also like to get a feel of your expectations, and also why you use LinkedIn. So I'm going to share my screen. Just okay, so let's go. So optimizing LinkedIn. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Let's see. So this is the first question I have for everyone. Why do you use LinkedIn? So can we go to mentee.com, and then I'm going to also put in the link in the chat. Um, can we go to mentee.com and then type the code and then just populate what you see. Let me put the link in the chat as well. So that's the link in the chat, and then you can also go on to you can also go on to mentee.com and okay. So let's await everybody's just do that in some quick minutes. Okay, so I'll be waiting to see everyone's response. Why do you currently use LinkedIn? I mean, we all use LinkedIn for different reasons. Some people use it to build a personal brand. Some people use it to connect. Some people use it to find to find job opportunities. Some use it to network. Some use it for their business. So it's just a lot of things that you could use LinkedIn for. I'm trying to understand what we use so that way we can have a more tailored discussion. Okay, to connect with professionals, to network for visibility, professionals in my field. Maybe two or more responses, and then I mean, since we're 9 years, so two or more responses, and we will proceed. But from what I see here, I see that it's more of career professional. Use it as a professional tool, professional networking tool for visibility. Does anybody use LinkedIn to find a job? Yeah. Anybody use LinkedIn to? Is anybody currently like job searching, looking to change your careers? Is anybody like that? Because I don't see that. Maybe let me refresh this. Okay, so I think we can proceed with the few responses that we have here. We definitely can proceed. Okay, okay. We definitely can proceed just so that we're optimizing our time. We're optimizing our time efficiently. So, first question I would like to ask is, when you hear the word optimizing, like I'm trying to optimize something, what comes to mind? I'm trying to optimize something is you're trying to make the best out of something. So one thing I always like that the session is very interactive. Um, you know, let's bring all the vibes, ready to learn and everything. Learning should be fun, learning should be interesting, and that's why I always avoid to do so much talking. I want it to be like a one-on-one feedback or engagement. So also in the chat box, can I also get responses? Thank you so much, Ace, Abdurrahman, Oluwabukumi, for your response. So optimizing your LinkedIn pretty much just means that you have a LinkedIn page, but you're trying to get the best out of it. How do I get the best out of what I have? How do I get the best out of this resource that I have? Pretty much. Um, and from this, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, and from this little survey that we just did, we realized that a lot of people say that they intend to use LinkedIn for professional networking and for visibility. So now let's start. You have your LinkedIn profile, right? How then do you make it optimized? How then do you connect to professionals? How then do you network? So this is the first question I have to ask. I always look at LinkedIn as something like you're going for an event, right? And in that event, you have in that event you're going for, take it as um you're told like this event you literally can meet anybody. Like you literally can meet anybody, you know, you literally can meet anybody. You literally can just be walking and bump into the CEO of Tesla, you know, bump into the CEO of Microsoft, and come bump into the CEO of I see somebody saying tech, connecting tech professionals, bump into the CEO of Google, you know. So then you'd be like, how do I want to look like as proper Nigerian me, or as a proper Nigerian girl? I am going for that kind of event. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Can you just type in the chat? I want this to be very interactive. What's the first thing that you would do if you were going for an event and you were being told that this event you're going for, you literally could bump into anybody, like you literally could network and you have a VIP pass. You know, it's supposed to be charged, but you do have a VIP pass to literally meet anybody at that event. What would you do? What's the first thing you would do? Just one thing. I just want to get responses in the chat. Okay. So the chat sections helps us to stay engaged pretty much. But while the responses are coming, uh okay, thank you so much. Somebody says I'll prepare a good intro, get a business card. Great, 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 great. Um, great suggestions. I like the person who said I'll prepare a good intro. The person also said I'll get a business card. Now, dress well and smell good. I love that because that's the first thing I would do as well. Like, what am I going to wear? You know, draft out my brag sheet. I mean, absolutely, all of these response, I absolutely love them, and exactly that is what LinkedIn is for. So a lot of people try to say, "Oh, I'm trying to be humble. I don't want to put out so many things," but you need to show out your best self. Showing out your best self. And I'm not saying showing off. You're showing out your best self. Now, the first thing to do is get your business card, right? That business card is your LinkedIn profile. When I go to your LinkedIn profile, what do I see? You know, what do I see? What am I able to get from it? Somebody also said they're going to dress well. That is what I would do as well. Now, I want you to look at your profile, maybe not now, maybe after this whole meeting. Look at your profile picture on LinkedIn and say to yourself, does this depict what I want to represent? Does this depict what I want to represent? If you need to, please definitely invest in an headshot. You know, you definitely invest in an headshot. So now we'll be optimizing your LinkedIn page totally, and we'll be breaking it down for each section. Now I like that everybody's talked about dressing. Now, how does your LinkedIn headshot look like? Is it professional? Is it what you want to represent? If not, I think you should begin to, invest in an headshot. That's the first thing people see before they connect with you. So if you're in a picture whereby it's a selfie, you now kind of crop it out, like when I first did when I started my LinkedIn page, it's not professional. Or you're by the poolside, or that's not professional. Another thing that we often forget or we often ignore is this right here. It's called the banner, your LinkedIn banner. A lot of us ignore it, but it's actually very important because by the time I open your LinkedIn page, I see this. Just from seeing this, I can be like, oh, this person is, probably a public speaker, right? This person is a public speaker. She's addressing, she's teaching a group of people. I see cameras, I see presentation. It already gives me a feel of what the person does, right? So you're maybe like whatever industry you can be, maybe technology, as a technology professional, what exactly are you? Are you a cloud engineer? That's a good time to put in something that depicts that in your banner. Are you UI UX? Are you a UI UX designer? Are you a programmer? Put in that. Are you a financial consultant? Putting a banner that kind of represents or depicts your industry. And it's even very easy because just on Canva, like right now, I'm using Canva to make this presentation. Just on Canva, you just type LinkedIn banners. You literally could see something that resonates with you. If you need to make some edits to it, by all means do that. If you need to include your name, by all means do that. But these two sections are very important because that's the only part where you get to display any picture or any photo, whatever. So you want to make sure that it's very optimized. You want to make sure that when I see these two things, I want to connect with you. You look professional, no beards all over, no flashy makeup and all that stuff going on. So that is that about being looking professional, being professionally dressed. Now we move on to this section, this section right here. Now, and it's interesting because in LinkedIn optimization, of course, there's the back end. There's the back end, like customizing your URL, which we'll still go into. But even this front end, we look at it and it's there's just so much to do. Now, your name should be your first name and your last name. I see a lot of people put in their surname first and their last name second. If you want to optimize your profile for a global reach, anybody that's messaging you will message you based upon this first name here. They won't. So if you write Ogundipe Moyo, they can be like, I Ogundipe. Meanwhile, your name is Moyo. And you want to make sure that you're well, somebody's like, oh wow, somebody's surname is so long, and you're like, this is this person's name. Why is it so long? I've heard situations whereby some for some global this thing, if they want to recruit you and they see that your name is so long, which isn't good, it's a bias, right? But it happens, right? So you want to make sure that you're well optimizing yourself for what you want, right? So now you put your name and your first name, and then moving on, you definitely want to also put in your tagline, right? Your tagline. Now this person says owner admit to hire fixed consulting. You want to put in your tagline, and especially because this is also very important because when you're starting out, a lot of people speak to me and say, I don't know what to put in my tagline. I'm probably unemployed or I'm probably trying to change my career. So I don't want to, I'm an admin professional. I don't want to put admin because I don't want um, opportunities in admin. What can I do? You know, and I say to them, I say, putting so that I'm going to go into I'm just really going to go into my LinkedIn to show how you can also optimize your profile if you're in such situations. So you want to put in your interest in your tagline. If you're currently hired so professional, then a slash, then what you're interested in. You want to put in all of that so that when I see your headline, your tagline rather, I know what you're about. I know kind of opportunities you're looking for. Um, Moving on, I definitely will also still go into my LinkedIn page, especially when I want to show you how to customize your URL. Moving on, another thing is this is the first place people see, right? People go to some universities. They're like, for example, I went to University of Ilorin for my undergrad. If you go to if you type University of Ilorin on LinkedIn, you'll see different University of Ilorin company pages. But make sure you're selecting the one that has a logo because it's very important. It's highly important. It gives you that aesthetic, please aesthetics it gives you the aesthetics that you need on your page, right? So make sure that you're definitely selecting um the company you've worked with. Make sure you're selecting the one that has a logo. Make sure you're selecting the school you went to. Make sure you're selecting the one that has a logo. It's very important. um Also your location. I mean, a lot of us just right, Lagos, Nigeria. This actually kind of speaks to the US. So some people are maybe in one area, and then you can reach a great, like for example, I say I'm in the Baltimore area right now, and I just write Baltimore, Maryland. Meanwhile, there is a place where I could write Greater Maryland, Baltimore area, or DMV, and things like that. So moving on is one of the most important parts. I heard somebody say they are going to have their intro section worked out. You know, Somebody says I'll carry out a little research on my target. That's another part, you know. So this comes now to your summary, your LinkedIn summary. And it's very important because in fact it's one of the most important. There is LinkedIn recruiters, right? So for recruiters, there is also a LinkedIn access that helps them to um, get employees via LinkedIn. And trust me, how do they get these employees? Is by using keywords. So, for example, I'm recruiting for a strategy role, right? And some of the KPIs or some of the job description for this role is that this person has handled some strategic partnerships. This person has skills in maybe Tableau. This person knows data analysis. This person has insights in the retail sector and things like that. I put in all that keyword. What is LinkedIn going to do for me as on LinkedIn Recruiter? It's going to bring to me candidates that match that. How does it know candidates that match that? It's just by simply putting it in your LinkedIn page. So different industries have different keywords, and it's actually very easy. You know, just simply going to Google and say, "Oh, I'm in the financial industry. What are the keywords for a financial planner? What are the keywords for an accountant?" Trust me, there might be some keywords that need to be in your summary that isn't in your summary. And people who get jobs, recruiters coming to their DMs daily and things like that, they didn't do anything different. I mean, that's one of the things they did. There could be other things, right, which we'll get into. But the first thing is the keywords. Do you have the relevant keywords in your summary section? Do you have the relevant keywords in your summary section? Now, it's very, very, very important. Your summary section should show your years of experience if you do have that under your belt. But if you're entry level, of course you might need to leverage some other things. Shows your experience, shows your industry, shows the keywords, shows your achievements, a summary of your achievements as well. I see it and I'm like, boom, I want to connect with this person, you know so that is that about pretty much your profile section and your summary section. Now we move to the second. Okay. Now your experience. What is you know how do you project your experience? How do you project what you've done? Um, you definitely should have your your role, the company you worked at, the duration. Now, importantly, you should have your achievements in where you worked, your achievements, and also have the keywords, the same keywords that I just talked about for you in building your summary. You should also have that in in your um your achievements under your experience section. And possibly you should have media to back up what you're saying. Possibly my LinkedIn media that I put there, I find out that when I connect with new people, that's the first thing they check, and they reach out to me. I sent them the connection request, right? They check it and they reach out to me and say, "Oh, I see you're doing this and this and this and this. I'm currently working on this. Can we work together? Let's have a meeting." And like that, you just see that you're partnering globally. I once had I once moderated a panel session at the Africa China what's it called now? African China something something. And right there was the trying to remember, like is it special advisor or the ambassador for China relations to a particular African country. And I'm like, how did I get there? It was all just via LinkedIn. It was all just via me saying what I was interested in. It was all just via me, optimizing my profile for what I wanted. It was intentional. I didn't leave it to chance. And that's also something I also want to say to us is, when you're optimizing your LinkedIn profile, don't leave it to chance. You know what you want, and then you begin to work backwards to get what you want, right? So it's important to have this. And I see a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have experience. What do I do?" While you were in school, you most likely have done, maybe you were a president or a club, something like that. You want to put in every single thing there, right? Your education, also very important. Even in your education, right? You literally, if you have a honors, you want to write it there. You want to write the activities you had. You want to write you were president of CUSA, something something. You did this and that of that. You definitely want to put all of that in your resume. Sorry, I keep saying resume. You definitely want to put all of that in your LinkedIn profile, right? Moving on is to say your featured skills. You definitely should have your skills listed. You definitely should have your skills listed. And what LinkedIn does is I think you can put up to 30 skills, if not more, but it brings out your top three skills. And it brings the skills out based upon what you put there as you highlight, and based upon the one, of course, it's what you highlight that people would endorse, right? So you want to say, when they think about let me use Damilola Adeyemi. When they think about Damilola Adeyemi, what should they think about? What skills do they think? What skills do they think I should have? And of course, this is the time to change it while you can, because once people start endorsing, you really don't want to start working from the beginning again. Oh, I want to let them to know that I'm a marketing professional. Okay, marketing professional, marketing management. Oh, I want them to know that um my brand communication skill or something like that. You put that there. Oh, I want them to know me for this. So you make sure that those three highlighted skills are what you really want people to know you for, right? Moving on, we'll also see that part of your certifications that you've taken. And it's always very easy to forget the set. That's why immediately I finish a certification like this, I go to my LinkedIn and I do what I update it. Because trust me, you've probably gathered all the certifications in the world and we are not seeing any of that on your LinkedIn page. We really should see that. Um, Let me just quickly go on to my LinkedIn. I want to make this as very interactive and very um oh sorry, one second. Um okay. Let's go back to LinkedIn. Okay, so for example, this is my LinkedIn page, and I will go into this, right? Now, can we all see it? If you can, please let me
Yes,
know.
I can.
Okay, great, great. So this is my LinkedIn page, right? I'm on LinkedIn Creators, and I say, oh, I talk about career street. That's another level, but this is where I want to. This is what I want to talk about. Your tagline, actually, for people who are just starting out, you want to change your careers and things like that. You definitely want to write what you're interested in. It doesn't have to be as much as this. Some people could just be three things. What are you currently doing? What are you interested in? Or what are you looking to transition into, and what are you interested in? So marketing management. I see some people even write marketing enthusiast. Maybe they just still, I see that a lot in undergraduates anyway, which is good. This is what I'm interested in. This is the kind of career I'm interested in starting and things like that. So you want to put in um um marketing management, communications, and things like that, analytics, right? Marketing analytics. I know that there'll definitely be something like that. So definitely that. And if you optimizing your profile for like global, I want us to, well, to think globally, is to say, like right now I put in the voice pronunciation because I want you to be able to, my name is not, is a Nigerian name, so I want you to not bastardize my name in code. I put in that as well. But another thing I want to touch on right there is, you see some people, their LinkedIn profiles, you see linkedin.com/in maybe, let me use Toby this time around, Toby Adeoye /. LinkedIn will automatically give you ABCD 3113, like that, something like that. It'll be so long. Does anybody have that? Or has anybody seen that? Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've seen it
Yeah.
before. I had that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I changed it.
So yeah, great, great, great. So if you want to edit your public profile and URL, it's easy. You just definitely come to your profile and then right here, click on it, and then right here is where you definitely want to change. You just take out those ABC, whatever, you take everything out. And what this does for you is that it gives you a very high It gives you a very high SEO, that's your search engine optimization. LinkedIn has very high search engine optimization. So I type Oyinkotola, Oyinko, and that's what comes out immediately, just because of that. Um, so you definitely want to do that, right? Uh, Going down, I want to definitely go down to. So I put in um some of my featured engagements and things, like maybe I was speaking and things like that. Definitely put that in there as well. Um, your about your about page, I put in strategy, the keywords, definitely should be there. Now, one thing I didn't do, which I should do, just like I said, is having the what you did, your achievements at your workplace should definitely be there. Now, this is something I wanted to touch on: licenses and certifications. You've done a lot of things that you just probably said to yourself that should it be there? Should it not be there? Should it be there? Should it not be there? And so, for example, what I did NYC, right? I did this NIM course. I remember when I was in the NIM, somebody literally told me like, "Yeah, just wasting your time. This NIM doesn't help people to get employed, though. It doesn't do anything." But it was for me, like, at that time I did microbiology and I was transitioning to management. I wanted to do management strategy and things like that. And I said, the person said, "You're wasting." I said, "No, I'm learning. I want to use it to learn." The person said, "Better do let them take your, was it 20,000 we paid them or 10,000? I can't remember. So let them take your allowance, just go and save it, you know." And because of that, they always, like, people always kept telling us that, "Oh, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your time." So a lot of people just downplayed that certification. But interestingly, it was this same certification that I used when I was writing my statement of purpose. I explained to them I was transitioning from microbiology. I wanted to do an MBA. So what would make me say that, oh, what has prepared me for this MBA? I talked about the course I did in details and things like that. Why I'm mentioning this is because a lot of times we tend to neglect the transferable skills that we get from some of the jobs that we do. Maybe because it's an admin job and they're paying you 50,000, or say like, I'm not learning anything. Now it's not work experience job, you know. Or maybe you do some certifications and you're like, I just did it for doing sake, or I just did it. I don't think that this is going to help me. But that is very important. I always say leverage, keep leveraging. Everything that you do is an experience. Every single thing. So when I meet people and tell me that I don't have enough experience, you're selling yourself short, because people that are there, they don't have three heads, or some of them don't even have the experience that they should have, but then we need to learn along and need to get the job. So it's very important not to ignore this. If you have volunteering skills, you definitely want to put in there your skills. Just like I said, I think it allows you to put 30 skills. So you put in your skills, what you want to be known for, people recommend you and things like that. Then somebody says endorsed by so who is highly skilled as this. You see how they kind of put it out to say, for someone to be highly skilled at this and recommend this person, then this person knows this thing. Um, you can also take skill quiz. When you take this skill skill quiz, right? It helps you to know that. Then they tell your people who are checking your profile that, oh, this person has taken this quiz and this person actually passed. So this person actually knows the skill, you know. Then the recommendation part is a very important part. You want to go to people you've worked with, just send them a message and send a message first and tell them, oh, can you endorse me, or can you I'm currently doing all this, can you kindly recommend me for this on LinkedIn? And of course, one thing LinkedIn also lets you know is that you see, that's why I'm saying pending here. You see what people recommend you as, right? And then you're able to say, oh, I don't want this on my profile, right? Oh, I want this, and you're able to accept it, and it shows on your profile. So it's very important. This is one of my I call it like one of my very very big mentors. When I was starting out, on LinkedIn, this woman kind of helped me through. you know. And this was just by reading her post and things like that, and I connected with her. You see how she kind of explains what she does: executive coach for business leaders, help business leaders, member Forbes coaches council and things like that. Then you also want to go in and put in the projects that you've done in school. What project have you done that really aligns to what you really want to do? Oh, I've done a something research, I've published a paper, or I've published a paper with my professor, but my name is there, right? So you want to put in all these things, right? Honors and awards. What kind of honors, what kind of awards have you gotten? You know, please, by all means, put everything there. I know that when we're in undergrad, we get all this, and that's why when I was in undergrad then, and they want to give me an award and they say best dress, I'm like, I beg, that one doesn't add to my portfolio, you know, because when you want to give me an award and, I don't know if they do it in all the schools, but my school, then you want to give you an award, they'll tell you, oh, you qualify for this award, though, but we know we're going to print the award, so please, you're going to pay us, you know. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay anybody for any award, you know. And then so when I started out, of course, I didn't have all this professional of the year, blah blah blah. I didn't have all of that. I only had all this from my university, right? Entrepreneur of the year, most impressive student of the year. These were the awards that I said, you know what. But we tend to actually downplay all these things, but it actually counts. Organizations that you belong to, you know, you definitely also want to put that in there. So I think that with this, as regards your LinkedIn page, if you definitely keep do all of those things, you will definitely be ahead. Now, this is another thing I want to touch on. If you are what's the time right now? Okay. This is another thing I want to touch on. If you are maybe like job searching, looking to change your career, okay, if you're job searching, looking to change your career opportunities and stuff like that, you definitely want to put in here open to work. Well, why are they not giving me open to work again? I bet me I'm open to work, you know. But yeah, this one says share that you're hiring. Okay, open to work is just right here. Sorry, open to work. This is also something that is very important that people don't know. A lot of people don't know, but it's very important. Open to work. They will ask you, what kind of titles are you interested in? You put everything there, right? What kind of workplace? I put everything on site, hybrid, remote, everything. What is the location? Lagos. If you want to be more specific, you can put Ikeja. If you know you don't want to leave Lagos, you can then put VI, Lekki, Ikeja, you know, things like that. Job locations for remote, you put the same thing. Job types, full time. Now, one thing is why people are scared of the open to work thing is because of that banner it brings around your face. But you literally don't have to do that. My open to work is currently open to only recruiters. If I want it to be open to everybody, that's when it gives me that banner. But open to only recruiters, it doesn't give me that banner. So my messaging, I literally would just be getting messages of, um, you know, we're currently recruiting for this program manager or recruiting for so. And everything aligns to what what I'm doing. Or LinkedIn also sends me job alerts every day for every job posting that relates to what I'm looking for in the location I'm looking for and remote opportunities as well. For example, I was some months ago, I just saw this LinkedIn. LinkedIn sent me a job that I felt like I was suited for, and of course, there's LinkedIn Premium too. So if you're on LinkedIn Premium, it will definitely tell you how much compared to other candidates, how much you rank, what you need to do to improve your application and things like that. I applied, and immediately, like some hours after, the recruiter read my profile. She reached out to me. She scheduled a call with me the next day. You know, so it's people say there are no jobs, but just right here, people say there are no jobs, but just right here. Okay, I mean, this might be maybe because it's the United States or whatnot. But if I even search Lagos, and there are remote opportunities too that most likely will hire even people from Nigeria, right? Will hire you from Nigeria and you be and getting your money, right? To say there are no jobs, but right here everywhere there are jobs. And right here everywhere I have 10 connections that work here. I have 20 connections. So really, what am I now doing? Like I'll apply. I literally could go to any of them's one of my connections, the one that looks friendly. That's one thing about your picture too, because if you not everything like this, people like this person is not friendly. You know, one that's smiling that looks I see their engagement. I see how they relate to people's posts, how they encourage people. I reach out to them. I'm like, oh, I'm applying for this position. Can you refer me? Interestingly, some firms even pay staff who refer. Can you refer me? So it's not all these connections, all these 7,000 connections I'm connecting, all this whatever amount of connection. It's not just for connection purpose. You see this one is promoted right now. You can know that they definitely need somebody to fill this in very soon. That's why it's promoted, right? 10 applicants, 8 company alumni work here. I reach out to them and I tell them, oh, can you refer me? I'm so. I'm in your alumni network. And you know, I know they will say to us that you need um you need connection to get the job, right? But LinkedIn gives you that free will to say, i don't I don't have the connection. I don't have one of my uncle or my daddy or whatever that's going to get me the job, but I'm trying to optimize my profile. And when people want to refer you, one thing they'll check is your profile. They want to say, oh, is this person actually really worth this referral? Let me see what this person has done. And you also see how it kind of streamlines the jobs I'm getting to the jobs I listed. So that's why when you're looking for in your job section, if you don't put that thing, it will just give you different kind of jobs. And you're like, oh, this one is accountant. They're asking for 8 years. I just worked 2 years. So you literally want to put in everything. You really want to go to that section. You really want to put you're open to work. You really want to put um the kind of jobs that you're open to as well, right? Let me touch on something else before I move on with this thing, is what is called LinkedIn groups. Now you realize that you want to send messages to people and you're unable to send it to them. Okay, before I even move on, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people should know this, but let me just put it. So you realize that you see you see somebody and you see second, you see somebody and then you see first, right? You see somebody and then you see, okay, hopefully I can see somebody that's my third connection. Okay, it all says first, but this same first can literally say third, can say second. And what that means is the people in your first connection means that you are connected with them, that the direct connection. And people in your second connection, it means that somebody who you're connected to. LinkedIn just it kind of plays out how the whole world is really, how the social world is. Somebody you're connected to is your first connection. The person who's connected to the first person you to somebody you're connected to is your second connection. And somebody who's connected to the second person you're connected to is your third connection. Now you see that you're unable to message, I think you're unable to message your third connection. Like for example, um when you check all these CEOs and things like that, you see them, you'll be like, um, this person is my third connection. I can't message this person. But that's one thing LinkedIn groups does for you. So with LinkedIn groups, as far as the person is on the group, you definitely can mention the person. There's a particular group where has like a lot of Nigerian CEOs and professionals. I think it's this Nigerian business community. Is it this one? Okay, yeah, this one. Now you see it has 102,000 members. This person here is the director at Google. I think it has a lot of big CEOs. It's like a networking group for African business communities. And what that means is if you're on this group, all I just need to do, right, is go to your profile. I can message you. And I can message you because we're on the same group. Even if you're my third connection, even if you are not connected to anybody I'm connected to, I literally could message you, right? And sometimes on these groups too, you see them posting, you see that they post job opportunities and things like that. There are some more specific groups, of course, like the strategy consulting network. You see them posting about 200 and something thousand global members. You see them posting job opportunities of there's a job opening at General Electric, blah blah blah, and things like that. So that is that about LinkedIn groups. You definitely want to join a LinkedIn group if you're looking to connect with tech professionals. They do have a tech group, that you definitely can connect with. I was in a group one time, but I think it's this global business leaders, and somebody, okay, this one is black community, and then somebody messaged me and said to me that, oh, I see you on this group, from Nigeria. We're interviewing global leaders from Nigeria, global professional leaders from Nigeria. Can you kindly run this interview? Send me the I was like, maybe it's a scam. Send me the website link, people that they've interviewed. They had interviewed top CEOs from different continents. And I was like, nah, I'm not like I do not believe in myself, but I literally just have like 5 years experience. I don't need this. So what I did instead was I had a senior boss who had worked for like 2, 3 decades. And I said to him, sir, would you be interested in, doing this interview with your belt of experience? The person was so like, I mean, this person, I literally couldn't give this person so much value because there's some people that you're like, what do I want to give them? But the person really appreciated it. The person had that interview, got featured, posted about it, and really was like, oh, God, thank you for plugging me to this. And I'm like, oh, you're welcome. And the person looking, I'm like, how did you even know about this, right? This person just literally reached out to me. So there's so many opportunities right there on LinkedIn. And I want to make sure that we are all optimizing our LinkedIn page, which helps us um, build our personal brand. And in terms of building your personal brand, is also to say, me, I used to post very frequently before, but I have just taken the chill pill. But right now, I'm going back. So many of us, in terms of building your personal brand, is also saying to yourself that, what do I want to be known for, right? What do I want to be known for? And you realize that some of us we want to be known for we want to do many things. So we say, what do I really want to be known for? And it's beginning to work out what you want to be known for from there. But LinkedIn is a very good place because it has without even having a website, if you optimize your profile very well and you search yourself on Google, you will definitely find yourself on top. So you want what do I want to be known for? Articles, journals, what I want to write, what do I want to be featured for? What do I want to what kind of content do I want to post? Because that also tells people, oh, this person is the leader in this and this. So I don't want to let me go back to the presentation um, so that we can take questions. I put in this so that for us to also know. I love that somebody said network. It's very important to network, right? Um, engage with people. If you have less than 500 connections, you definitely should begin to work that up some more. Um, engage with people. What kind of people do I want to see their post on? Engage with industry professionals. Engage with recruiters, right? Recruiters, you see somebody that just posted, there's this kind of post that goes viral on LinkedIn, posts that include, oh, I just got into Google. I want to thank this recruiter and this recruiter and this recruiter. Connect with them, right? Follow up with them. You see that they also post job opportunities and things like that. And that's how you begin to build your network, build your reach, connect with this person and connect with that person. Um, so I just kind of just summed it up to this one is for financial professionals, but it was kind of useful still. It says use custom picture and URL, identify keywords. It says you could use Google AdWords keyword tool to find out which terms will increase your searchability, right? Create strategic content. Um, the keywords in your that you found out, put it in your summary using your headline, using your experience. One thing LinkedIn will also do is it will tell you whether your profile is complete up to 100% or not. Um, sorry, 1 second. Then number 4, so this thing can be a struggle sometimes because number 4 it says make yourself accessible, optimize your anchor links, use all 3 website spaces. um to connect to LinkedIn. Your contact info, you definitely want to also put in maybe like your email, definitely your email. Use visuals, especially for in terms of features, media that include your experience and your LinkedIn banner. Join groups, very important. Join groups. Stay compliant. This one is not is for the industry people. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're not posting your company secrets and things like that. You want to make sure that you are compliant, right? um as LinkedIn is concerned, I want us to be able to take Q&As because I told Ori, I said Q&As are very important. So I think I'll just stop here. I would open the floor for Q&As. And my name is Oyinka Oni across every platform.
Hi, Oinkon. Thank you so much. It was indeed a great session learning from you. Thank you so much. It was really an insightful one and a practical class. So we have questions waiting for you in the chat box. So we would like to take them. I'll get to read them through, and then you can just check through some that you can type and respond to. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I saw one question here. This person said, "How do I get to add my certification?" I didn't get that part.
Oh, okay. Let me just go over it one more time. Now, this is your LinkedIn page, right? Um, add profile section. Hold on 1 second. Let me. This thing keeps. Okay. Add profile section, right? It's on recommended. So there's core profile section, your education, your position, your skills. Then there's recommended. It says add licenses and certifications. You just tap on it, and then you can add your license or your certification just right here. So I hope that answers the person's question.
Yeah,
Any
it
other
should.
profile section, you just look at it.
Yeah, we
Your
have
publication.
questions. So let me just read them. So someone
Okay.
said, "Is getting LinkedIn Premium worth it? Am I missing
Mm,
a lot as I'm
good
currently
question.
not a premium user?"
Well, good question. But I will say this, right? What do you want to get from LinkedIn Premium? If you don't know that, if you're just like, well, let me just join, let me just put it, you will definitely be, because I know that how much is it taking safe? Someone told me it was 20, trying to find out the amount in this thing. Maybe like 20K or so. So if you don't know, if you don't have a purpose for it, I would say don't get it. LinkedIn Premium, if you're actively looking for, if you're actively, I think LinkedIn Premium also gives you the opportunity to message people, right? You can send in message, LinkedIn messages to people, even if you're not connected with them. So, and it also helps you if you're actively looking for a job. I would say get it, but know what you're getting it. Like you know how to use it, right? If you're applying to a job, it tells you people that have applied to the job, it tells you how to increase your profile. It gives you, I think you could also have you could also do some LinkedIn learning, some paid LinkedIn learning courses for free as well. And then you also can send messages to people. So you have recruiters, you want to send messages. There was a time when I think I was job searching at that time. I literally wrote out the industries I wanted to work at. I sent them message, all the recruiters in that company, like BCGO, McKinsey. I had a crafted message I sent to them. I think two people replied me. Well, majority of them did not reply me. I'll be honest. As majority of them, I couldn't even send messages to because I wasn't on LinkedIn Premium. But I sent a message to I'm trying to remember. I think he was a CEO at a top company. I don't even know whether I mentioned the company, but a top multinational firm in Nigeria then. And this man replied me. This man wasn't, of course, in Nigeria. This man replied me like I was like, "Hey, the CEO of a top multinational consulting firm, a top they call them top fours or something, McKinsey, BN, BCG. One of them replied me, and I was really excited. I felt like, oh, I felt like I was, I felt like I was doing something right. I think it was LinkedIn message I used to send him that message because that time I there was a free demo that I did that time. So it definitely helps you to connect with these people. And when they see that you're also a LinkedIn premium user, they're like, okay, this person actually invested to be on LinkedIn. It's not just they definitely might reply you. But if you do not have a purpose for using it, if you just want to use it, if you have the money, why not? By all means, please. But you need to know a purpose why you're using it. I think LinkedIn Premium will also tell you every day they will update you with different things you can do, and they'll tell you, oh, you're not currently doing this. Why not? You could do this instead. So I think they'll also give you that. So depending on what you want to use LinkedIn Premium for, um, please, if you have a reason to it, you definitely should use it. If you have the money for it, you definitely should also get it. But why I'm saying that is because we're young people. Not like the money is worth the investment. It's definitely worth the investment. But you can also make the best out of your non-premium account if you want to. That's why I'm saying that. So I hope that answers your question. So it really depends on what you want to use it for. If what you want
Thank
to
you.
use it, yeah.
So I think our next question here says that, Is this alumni stuff for some job opportunities? What does it mean and what relevance does it have in securing job?
The alumni. So it really depends on the power of your school's alumni. I'll be honest. I went to a federal school, so I mean, I don't even know University Alumni Association, which is something we should begin to have. But if you went to like a CU, I know CU has an alumni association. I think they do have a LinkedIn group. Even if they have, it will probably have a messaging, maybe Telegram or something that they connect with themselves and people post opportunities that they can refer. So the alumni network, if your school alumni network is very strong, by all means join. Join, look at the groups constantly, maybe like every week or every 2 days or every day. In fact, if you can, every time you're on LinkedIn, go to the groups, check if there's a referral, or check a member of the group. If a member of the group is working with a company you want to work at, maybe like Paystack, Flutterwave, reach out to them and say, "Oh, I'm your alum. I also went to your school. I know this. Can you refer me for this job, this position I saw open, or do you have any position open?" So alumni networks really works. These alumni networks that you see right now, I think is from my own school. Let me just go up a second. Uh, I don't even think I'm even on the alumni network. So, okay, yeah, there's an alumni network here from my business school. So um, you definitely will see all of all this. See somebody saying, I'm part of App V. We have many positions available. If you're looking for a career change, I'm reaching out to Morgan alone specifically because I'm giving HBCUs graduate opportunity. So now this person says, if interested, please feel free to send me your resume directly. So you see all of that. This person is a black person looking to give other black people opportunities. And it says, if interested, please send me a message. So you will see all these alumni, depending on the strength of your school's network. You definitely want to leverage on that. And even if your school doesn't have an alumni group, if you want to work at somewhere and you see that somebody in your someone that graduated from your school has worked there, there's always that connection. You say, "Oh, I also graduated from Uniloring. Can you help me? I graduated from Unilag as well. I'm looking for this opportunity. Do you have in your office?" Or you take a step further, go to their website and you see the opportunity, send them the link and say, "I'm applying for this. Can you refer me?" So you definitely could do any of those two.
Thank you, Inko. So we have two more questions and then I'll read them together so you can answer them because of time. Can I get group suggestions, please? And what are the other benefits of groups? And also, did your LinkedIn contribute to your MBA admission? From
Good
Bukumi.
question. Good question. So, LinkedIn group that you can join, I think it depends on your industry, but I think there's this general one in Nigeria that by the time I connect with a lot of people, I see that they've joined that. I think it's this Nigerian business community, so you might want to join that. You might also want to check specifically, just check for your group. You might also want to check specifically for your industry, the the groups for your industry. There will always be a group for a particular industry where you see thousands of people in. So you want to definitely check that. As I said, we're still on group. Just right now, somebody, this was even 2 weeks ago, the person posted that organization is hiring. She's, send me your resume directly. You get to connect with people. You definitely get to relate with people. You definitely get to see opportunities, networking. You know what's happening in your industry, like something is happening. You know the kind of companies that are coming into your industry newly, startups and things like that. You can get to message anybody on your group, whether you're connected with them or not, for free. That's very huge, trust me. So yeah, that's the benefit of groups. I think the second part of the question was, okay, first part was recommended. I've recommended. What does groups do? I've recommended. Was this part of my was this it might have been. It might have been because I have my LinkedIn profile on my resume, but it might also not have been. But it definitely might have been. But my LinkedIn profile has definitely done a lot of things. Definitely a lot of. I've connected with a lot of people, and sometimes even when I connect. So, for example, I applied for on campus. There was this student organization for graduate students. I applied to be the vice president, and they asked me for my LinkedIn profile, and I sent to them. And one person said to me, the guy was from Bangladesh, and he said, "Oh, I know this girl. She applied. She is a celebrity." And I'm like, "Celebrity? How?" He It's like, I saw your post. That time I just went for a conference, I posted, and that post went viral. It's like, I saw your post. You know, and things like that. And I was like, oh, so that kind of gave me some credibility to say, oh, this person, the person has some things off their shoulders. And you go to my link profile, you see me listing all my certifications and everything. So it definitely might have worked. It definitely might have helped. Definitely might have helped. I don't know. I can't say, but it definitely will help if you're also applying for like top MBA schools, because they definitely want to check your profile and see what you're up to. They want to see how you can add value to even your colleagues. So you want to make sure that that is stated in your LinkedIn profile.
Thank you so much, Oiko. Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's go.
Okay, so someone said, can she go over the customization of the LinkedIn link?
Okay, absolutely. Um, so you go to your profile, just right here. It's actually so easy. And then edit public profile and URL. Click on that, and then right here, edit your custom URL. You definitely want to click on that. And there's all those ACC, whatever they wrote there. By all means, please remove everything. Um, your visibility too. Some people, you connect with them and you don't see their picture until you're connected with them. So that's because they only open their picture to their first degree connection. So things like that, you can hide your visibility, stuff like that. So it's all those things that you can see from here, right?
Thank
So
you
yeah,
so
I hope.
much, Oiko. Thank you so much. I'd like each and every one of us to thank her using the chat box. We want to unmute. It was a great time learning from you. And then it was really a great time. It was a practical class. Thank you for explaining. Thank you for pouring from your wealth of wisdom. Thank you so much, Oiko. We are so grateful.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. Please, I would
Thank
like
you
to
for
ask if you
having me.
can share your slides with us.
Absolutely. I mean, the slides are not. I didn't want to make them like story. I just really wanted to go into the meat and the deeds of everything. And I also want to just touch on this and say that please and please, if there's nothing that you're taking out of today's learning session, it should really just be leverage leverage all your transferable skills you want to put in there. You want to make sure that you're believing in yourself and not doubting yourself. Because a lot of times, the reason why people don't get the best out of LinkedIn is because they feel like, I don't have the experience, I don't have this and that. You definitely want to leverage your transferable skills, your certifications, your um all projects that you've done. Don't look at it as it's not doesn't make sense. Put everything in as far as it aligns to what you're looking out to be. You definitely should put that in, and then connect, network, show out your best self, please. And then, I mean, you definitely can reach out to me if you have any questions, but just feel free to say, my name is so from Bookhub, and I'm reaching out to you for. I'll definitely oblige.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We are so grateful. We'll reach out
Thank
to
you
you if
for
you have any
having me.
questions. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a great time learning together. And I'm sure we learned a thing or two. So it's better you implement that which you've learned. Thank you, Inko. It
We
was
need to
nice
take
having
a
you
we need to
there.
take a virtual selfie, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, somebody says running to my LinkedIn to effect changes right now. Okay, I love to see that. Oh, unfortunately, where's my phone? Sorry, 1 second.
Would you take that?
Yeah, or maybe you can take that as well because I can't find
No, you can.
my
Okay.
iPhone. This phone I'm using, I'm not sure it's gonna. Okay, it's right here. It's right here, right here, right
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. It was nice having you here. And then thank you once again, Inko. Thank you so much.
here. Thank you for having me.
Bye guys.
Let me
Enjoy
make
the rest
this.
of your weekend.
Hold on 1 second, alright.
What?
Hold on 1 second. Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Like I'm trying to make sure my LinkedIn is, trying to hide. Okay, let me stop sharing screen. Maybe that way it will. Okay, okay, okay. We're good. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Bukumi, I
Thank
look
you.
forward to connecting with you as well.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.